If you are watching this, it means that you are actively engaged in the modern web. The web we encounter today has undergone significant changes compared to its state a mere decade ago. How has the web developed over time, and more crucially, what lies ahead in its future? Furthermore, what is the significance behind these transformations, and why do they hold importance? Before we dive into Web 3, let's understand why it's important by talking about how the internet started and where we are now. Let's start with Web 1.0, which happened from 1990 to 2004. In 1989, a person named Tim Berners-Lee was working on creating something called the World Wide Web. His idea was to make a system that would allow people from anywhere in the world to share information with each other. So, the web started as a way to share information. Kind of like a library or a collection of books. During Web 1.0, most websites were owned by companies, and they were like static pages that you could only read. It was like having a book that you could look at but couldn't write or change anything in it. So, people didn't really interact with the websites or create their own content. It was a read-only web because you could only read what was already there. Now, let's move on to Web 2.0, which started around 2004 and continues today. This is where things got more exciting. In Web 2.0, websites became more interactive and allowed people to do more than just read. Social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter became popular during this time. These platforms allowed users to not only read the content but also write and share their own content with others. So, in Web 2.0, the web became read and write. It was like having a book where you could not only read but also write your own stories or draw pictures. Companies realized that people wanted to be a part of creating content, so they created platforms where users could share their own photos, videos, and ideas. It became more like a two-way street, where users could interact with each other and share things they created. However, during Web 2.0, something else happened too. A few big companies started to control a lot of what was happening on the web. They became really powerful and made a lot of money by showing advertisements to users. So, while users could create content, they didn't really own it or make money from it. The companies were the ones who made most of the money from the content users created. Now let's dive into the exciting world of Web 3.0 and its unique ideas. Web 3.0 is like a cool upgrade to the internet we use today. It was thought up by a smart person named Gavin Wood, who helped create Ethereum, a popular cryptocurrency. He noticed that the internet we have now requires us to trust big companies with our information and online activities. But sometimes, it's hard to trust these companies to always do what's best for us. Web 3, on the other hand, wants to change that. It wants to make the internet more fair and give power back to the people who use it. How does it do that? Well, it uses some fancy technologies like blockchains, cryptocurrencies, and NFTs, which are like digital collectibles, to make things different. One important idea of Web 3 is that it's decentralized. That means instead of a few big companies controlling everything, power and ownership are spread out among many people. So, it's like everyone has a say and can be part of creating and using the web. Another idea is that Web 3 is permissionless, which means anyone can join in and be a part of it. No one gets left out. It's like an inclusive club where everyone is welcome. Web 3 also has its own kind of money, called cryptocurrency. Instead of relying on banks or other payment systems, Web 3 uses cryptocurrency for online transactions. It's like a special digital currency that you can use to buy things and send money to others. One more thing that makes Web 3 special is that it's trustless. That might sound strange, but it means that instead of having to trust specific companies or people, Web 3 uses clever incentives and rules to make sure things work properly. It's like a game where everyone follows the rules because they want to win. So, to sum it up, Web 3 is all about making the internet more fair. giving power to the people, and using new technologies like cryptocurrencies to change the way we do things online. It's an exciting idea that aims to make the internet a better place for everyone.